And thank you for joining us. This is Dr. Tommy Show live in Wesley Chapel, America's Free Market Doctor and America's Free Market Nurse. Tracy Hoyle.
How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us again. This is Dr. Tommy Show, brought to you by Atlas MD, which is the preeminent medical software for membership medicine practices, including concierge medicine and direct primary care. Whoa! That was loud.
That was loud, sorry.
If the mic sounds loud or it sounds a little different, we're in a different studio. Different room in the office. We've moved once again for probably the
final time.
The final time before we leave this place.
Before we leave this place.
Not the earth, but this office.
Right.
Yeah,
yes, you've been in every room, but this is the best choice.
This is the best choice. It sounds a little echoey right now because I don't have all of my pictures up. So I have. You can see what's that? That's the Declaration behind her, and then I have the Constitution behind me.
We might need to put up curtains.
What do you think? We're going to have to put up all these pictures that are on the ground still, so that'll deaden some of the sound. But we may have to put up curtains. And anyway, so thank you all for joining us. Right? The curtains are they don't have curtains up.
Oh, we took them down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this Dr. Tommy Show is your concierge medicine morning show, voted by some as one of the best concierge medicine morning shows in Wesley Chapel. And we are glad you're joining us, especially Dave and Whitney, who are our two usual viewers, and whoever else might be viewing at this time or on a later.
Lots of people
on a rebroadcast. And like I said, Atlas MD is our sponsor because Atlas MD is what makes our office move very smoothly. And if you want to find out what Atlas MD is like, you can go to AskDrTommy.com and click on the Atlas MD, try Atlas MD for free for 60 days. I'll just show you that. So if you go up here and you click here, Atlas MD. It says, Atlas MD is a pleasure to use. All the hassle of charting is eliminated while the advantage of modern technology are utilized. This EMR truly puts a doctor-patient relationship front and center. Oh, look. Dr. Hughes is watching Dr. Tommy Show. He just texted.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Dr. Hughes is a brilliant family physician and I think he's in the North Pinellas County.
You know, I haven't actually met him, but I've heard lots of great things about him.
Oh, he's such a compassionate individual.
Yes, he's pretty funny.
Very straight down line, clinical. No, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he seems real nice.
So one of the things I want to talk to you about was that you recently finished the Gasparilla Race.
Woohoo! I did, yes. I did the 15K.
15K, and that's, how many miles is that?
9.3.
How was it?
Awful.
Worse than you thought, or about as bad as you thought?
Actually, it's what I expected. I knew it was going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Because it's just straight running. There's no obstacles to take breaks.
Like in the Savage Race.
Like we did, like in Savage Race. So, yes, it was hard.
Before that, what's the longest you had run? You had done the 5 or the 8K?
Oh, for Gasparilla, yes. Last year I did the 8K, and 2 years prior I'd done the 5K. The 5K is just too crowded for me. You're elbow to elbow. The 8K was great, but I felt like, you know what, let's step it up a notch. So we did the 15K.
And you said you went about 3 miles before you even had to stop running.
Close to it, yes. But I had backache. I woke up with a backache, and I felt like last year I was stronger because I didn't have any ailments. You know, this year I did have a little back pain, so it did slow me down a little.
Yeah. If someone's going to train for that, what is going to run these, what would you say start with, the smallest one?
Yes,
the 5K?
Even though the 5K, yes, even though it is the most crowded, you really are elbow to elbow, and there's a lot of walkers. So if you wanted to be able to run it, you know, they do tell you to stay to the side.
If you're walking,
but most people don't do that.
No, because they're like the same as the drivers. Yes. They feel like they have to be in the middle of the flow.
And that's what they do. You'll get 5 people in a row, and you're like maneuvering in and out. So I did it twice, and I recommend to start there if you're a first timer. But I think the 8K was awesome. It wasn't too crowded, and the 15K was pretty crowded, but you know, it wasn't overwhelming.
But the 15K, you didn't even train much for that.
No, just
like
with Fit Club.
Run, yeah.
No, just with Fit Club, you know, twice a week. But I did not go out and start running.
But in Fit Club, the most we'll run is a mile, maybe a little bit more than a mile, but usually.
Right. But yeah, right now, would I do it again next year? No.
Yeah.
But you know, come next year, I might say, you know, I want to do it again. It's a great accomplishment. It does make you feel good.
No, it's amazing to do it because, heck, I can't even run more than I could run a mile straight.
You're a good runner, though. You could do it. You would get bored.
Psychologically, it's
But
hard.
your feet
Yeah.
will take you for sure, because you run great. You're the first one to finish Fit Club.
I know. So the Gasparilla is your longest race, and then we're going to do Savage Race again in October.
Well, that is the plan, yes. So we do need to start getting a team together and pay for it. And I'm sure the same people will do it. My daughter did Gasparilla with
Yeah.
me. She did excellent.
Yeah.
Actually, we got pictures yesterday, and all the pictures, she looks like just a natural.
Chris finished ahead of you, your sister.
Chris did finish ahead of me by, 15 minutes, I think, which, I did 14-minute miles. I think my sister did 13-minute miles. So, I know a minute doesn't seem like that much, but it does. It is, it adds up. So, yeah, she finished. She is younger than me, though.
Yeah.
By 4 years.
Yes, she's younger, and I'm sure she took great.
And I said, how long have you guys been waiting? She's like, not long. And then my daughter was like, 20 minutes, Mom. I'm like, okay, well, I'm slow and older.
I wanted to show this. If people didn't get a chance to see this is kind of. I didn't watch the Oscars. I don't know if I ever have, but
I never have.
this would be a reason to try to watch the Oscars next year. This is from Al Jazeera, and this is Moonlight wins Best Picture after Oscar on stage gaffe. Look at this.
Academy Award for Best Picture.
It was supposed to be a Hollywood ending to what had been a flawless ceremony.
La La Land.
But as the cast and crew of La La Land took to the stage for what they thought was a win for Best Picture, this happened.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture.
That's not the worst of it.
Best Picture.
The worst of it was
Confusion then ensued as organizers realized
when they first started talking. They kept going on and thanking all the different people, and then it just went into this where there was this delay, and then suddenly they had this. This is
a monumental mistake had been made, and Moonlight was in fact the winner.
I want to tell you what happened. I opened the envelope, and it said, Emma Stone, La La Land. That's why I took such a long look.
Oh, poor Warren. Look how old he looks. He looks like an old confused grandfather, doesn't he?
I wasn't trying to be funny.
I didn't know.
In its 89-year history, nothing like this has
I didn't
ever
mean to let the
happened.
grandchild go out into the
Overshadowed
street.
what was otherwise one of
Poor
the most
guy.
diverse Oscars in years.
Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali claimed the prize for Best Supporting Actor.
You know, I didn't
Viola
see any of
Davis.
these movies. Moonlight,
Viola
Fences.
Davis claimed an Emmy
Lennon,
and Tony,
Hidden
now
Figures.
an Oscar for her
I
role
don't get to the
in
movies too
Fences.
often, though.
No.
I became an artist, and thank God I did, because we are the
You know what's
only
funny?
profession
What?
that
Listen
celebrates
how-
what it means
Hey,
to
good
live
for
a
her. She's
life.
passionate, but I mean, you'd think she just cured cancer.
Ultimately, it's a shame that the 89th Academy Awards
This is
ended
not
like
making
this,
me want
because
to
this was
watch
the night
them
that
next
was
year or
so
the year
white
after or the year
largely
after
went
that.
away, and documentaries like White Helmets received global recognition.
I don't know.
Nonetheless,
You know, the funny
moment
thing about
will be a
the
hard one
entertainment
to
industry
forget.
is that
Andy Gallagher, Al Jazeera, Los Angeles, California.
like one time Gene Simmons said that if you call yourself an artist, like these people that call themselves artists, recording artists, he says artists aren't artists. If you're an artist, you're like a painter. He said you can't even paint my house or something like that. I just thought that was funny. It's kind of sad though.
Yeah.
This is I wanted to show this thing too. This is something that Bryan Rotella did a article on. It's actually featured, I think, on The Hill now. He's talking about deadbeat dads. You know, Bryan Rotella is up for being potentially, he's going to be a regular contributor for Washington Times now.
That's awesome.
But anyway, he wrote this thing about deadbeat dads.
Oh, I didn't read this.
Yeah.
Did he just post this recently?
Deadbeat dudes, not dads,
oh,
dudes.
oh, dudes. Okay.
Yeah, it's about people who are on Medicaid
The
or
deadbeat dudes are
20.
the schoolyard
Where is it
bully
down
in the
here?
playground, hogging the ball from those who want and need to be in the game.
Yeah. Well, apparently there's this as of 2013, a study showed that 20% of civilian men between age 25 and 55 receive Medicaid.
Wow.
That's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
He starts an article about how his sister-in-law actually. Oh, this isn't the one. No, he wrote his own article about it, or he wrote an article about how his sister-in-law. There it is. There it is. Sister-in-law unfortunately passed away from Alzheimer's disease. And
She was 53 years old. Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
And so then they have people like this who potentially need Medicaid. I don't think she needed it. She didn't have to rely on Medicaid. But if she had needed it, then you have these dudes who are 25 to 55, unemployed, with no plans to enter the workforce, and then they're hogging up, Medicaid dollars. It's sad.
That is pathetic.
So what did I write? I wrote this before, but anyway, I wrote this article here. Where's the bill? And this on Ask Dr. Tommy. But it's basically saying, where's the bill to repeal Medicare or Affordable Care Act, or at least the major portions of it that force insurance on people who can't afford it. And so, yescalifornia.org is a website where it's about a group in California that wants to secede because they think they should have a more expansive healthcare system, and why shouldn't they? So they should be not secede necessarily. If they want to, they can secede. I think they should be able to secede. Like
How
Dr.
long
Williams.
do you think it's going to take before they appeal the Obamacare?
Repeal it?
Yeah.
Well, that's what this thing's about. Is their foot dragging. So, Dr. Ron Paul's son, writes there. Each day, more stories appear about when to repeal, when to replace, and every day it seems like in my party, some in my party lose their nerve. Let me be as clear as possibly can. The time is now. We must keep our promise and fully repeal Obamacare, every bit of it. We must also at the same time offer to the American people our plan for healthcare going forward, and it must take away from the government's control toward a free market. Big government approaches are wrong, whether they're offered by Republicans or Democrats. We must move in another direction. So that's Rand Paul. And that's what I agree with. And they should have had a bill on his desk on January 20th to sign. You know, they did all these show votes before when Obama was president. They repealed Obamacare. I think they repealed Obamacare like 40 times in the House. Ever since Trump got elected, guess how many times they've repealed Obamacare or passed a vote? 0. So hopefully they'll do that soon because, you know, every day we have patients that come in here who can't afford to have insurance because of the high price of insurance.
Right.
While we're up here, though, I wanted to show them this other recipe. Remember that you saw that recipe that one of our patients made?
Yeah, she actually tagged me in it. The pumpkin chocolate chip energy ball. She did make hers a little different. I threw in chocolate chips because who doesn't like chocolate chips?
Right.
I believe she put in almonds.
Okay. So this is on AskDrTommy.com. If you click on
The
recipes.
cute little heart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in your cute little counter there. So tell them about how you make that.
Well, actually, just
Should
everything.
I click on it?
Sure. Everything just gets thrown into a bowl. I followed the recipe for the most part. I did add some flaxseed. Just for
What a flaxseed. I mean, what is that
extra
supposed?
fiber. It's supposed to give you a little bit of energy, and it's supposed to be. A lot of people throw them in protein drinks.
Oh boy, look here.
You can cook with them, or just sprinkle it in your protein drink.
Okay.
I don't really like the consistency in my protein drinks, so I will cook with it occasionally. But it's ground. I use ground flaxseed oil.
Okay.
But I'm sorry, ground flaxseed, not oil. But I did everything else just like it says here. I did use some raw honey because I had some raw honey that I got from South Tampa Farms.
Yeah. And
then just rolled it in a ball.
Yeah.
Put it in the refrigerator, and then it gets it's a little hard, and then you just pop in your mouth, and they really do give you energy.
They hit the spot too. They're like satisfying. It's that little nugget of energy.
It does call for half cup mini dark chocolate chips. Might have put in 3/4 cup.
Dark chocolate's good for you though.
Yeah, they were. I used dark chocolate. I did all of that.
This is cute, this little thing.
No, I didn't make that, but they are so cute. I might have to try that later.
So if you go on AskDrTommy.com, go to recipes, like I said. Actually, it's on Echelon-Health.com too.
I was going to make that for Valentine's Day, but I ended up making truffles.
Oh yes.
Instead.
Those were delicious. And then what else we got here?
The apple pie.
Apple pie, that was made. We made this, that was pancit. And then lumpia, in our lumpia video. And pizza. So all this is available.
I did make the cloud bread.
Yeah, all this is available on
ice cream
AskDrTommy.com.
You know what? The next recipe I'm going to add is a roasted cauliflower.
Oh.
Because some people think, ugh.
Yeah, roasted cauliflower is good.
But roasted cauliflower, and you add a little bit of chili powder, paprika, garlic, salt, and pepper. You can even omit the salt if you want. And take your cauliflower and just break it up into pieces, mix it all in a bowl with a little olive oil, and then put it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. So good. So
besides that, on AskDrTommy.com, there's also a place for physicians and patients to learn more about membership medicine, and also the commentary, the written commentary, and then the podcast, and then this Dr. Tommy show. And we're evolving. We're trying to make it a little bit more interesting every time we come through. And so, like I said, we've got a new set here. And if there's any comments or questions you'd like to have covered, or any topics you'd like to have covered, just feel free to send them over on Facebook. And since we've been evolving, we're getting more, practice-wise, we're getting bigger, but we're also trying to expand what we do. And we found that more of what we do now isn't necessarily even medical care. We're just acting as I guess what we do here is we're a place where people can just come and not have to worry about, not to get away necessarily. I don't want to sound like it's a resort, but it's a place where you can come in, talk, chat, blow some steam off.
Most definitely.
And remember when we first started, there was nothing in here, just one room.
I remember.
That had
yes.
something in there. I think I had a desk.
There was a conference table.
Yes. And now it is. And now you're new vice president. What is your plans for the future?
I don't
vice president?
know. I need to know what my duties are.
Well, your duties are
can I make my own?
See, you know what the best
Write
thing?
more checks for myself.
That's the easy part. The hard part about doing it is though,
What?
is you have to when you have a company. I found is the best thing you can do is surround yourself by people who are smart. And smarter than you if possible in different
Most
areas.
definitely, I agree. Yes.
And so that's
they have great. They'll have different ideas than you.
and they can help you make your idea better.
Largely, to our max, which I know will be no more than most likely 300.
I think 300. I think we're going to cut it at 300. I don't think we could do another 100.
And of course, continue to make the patient experience awesome.
Yeah, this office here is served as a starter home. It's about 1,250 square feet, but it's got every little bit of what I would like to see in a bigger office. Minus one thing I'd like to see is that we talked about, like the food, not the food, but kind of a refreshment area where you can have protein shakes and things like that.
Well, I think it would be great because our patients do come here, and they really do come here to socialize and to hang out with us.
We need to get a pinball machine.
Yes, I think we need to have a game room.
We do. A pool table.
So something.
Yes.
Something for them. I don't.
Yeah, so they can just come in and shoot pool.
Yes, I do like interacting with our patients, but sometimes it's hard because I do have work to do.
Yeah.
But yes, it'd be great if we had a room set up that would give them something to do, which I suggested. Bring in your guitars.
Oh yeah.
But we are not.
I should bring in my guitar because we have guitar players in the practice. They can show me different stuff.
Well, we have a lot of patients that play instruments.
Yeah.
Drums and guitars, and some sing.
So right now we have a little member center. We have the exam room. We have this studio. Which is my office. We have your office. We have a little fitness area, which is where we put our Fit Club materials, and also where we can train there, one person. And so that'd be cool. Have a game room. What else? Oh, I also want to have like a food court.
Yeah, I think snacks would be good for the patients.
Well, I'd like a place where you can actually come in and like kind of like at a country club where you can have a short order cook, basically.
Are you going to do the cooking?
I'll cook.
I can cook too, but
we should let the patients cook. They get back there and they have like their own little.
As long as they wash their own dishes.
Yes, wash their own dishes and not sue us if they burn themselves
That's
up.
That's right.
They'll have to sign a waiver.
My coffee's too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have great patients though, and I think they would enjoy a room. And we do have our lounge, but it's not big enough to accommodate more than a couple people really.
Yeah. No, it's fine though. I mean, like I said, it's a starter home. But every time we see a new patient or we get a new patient or even our old patients or established patients, it's such a pleasure to see them. And I thank you for Atlas MD for helping us too, because Atlas MD makes our practice seem so much more, what's the word for it? Connected. We're more connected with our patients, even more so than we could be with any other EMR, because Atlas MD allows us to message with them, and we can send their labs. I can send their labs within 2 clicks.
I love how it's all, when I'm texting with a patient, I know that it's automatically going in the chart.
Yeah.
So it saves me time later.
Yeah.
Before I'd have to go in and copy and paste, and that's time consuming. But I could be texting 2 or 3 patients in one day, and it's just populated right into the chart.
Yeah. And, one of our other partners is, Bill Cosart, who is really on the cutting edge of anything having to do with alternative free market solutions to healthcare, whether it's Doctor Pocket, whether it's, doing MedFirst Partners, direct primary care conversion, or MedFirst Productions, which is promotional. Bill is one of the people that we've been able to work with to help shape ideas, like we said, shaping ideas back and forth, and we look forward to doing that going into this year. And I think our next event, what we should do is a concert.
Yes, at Skipper's
event at Skipper's Smokehouse. So that's
wings
something
are
to be
great.
on lookout for if you're interested.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, thank
and
you
the
all.
concerts are reasonably priced, like $10, $15.
Yeah. Yeah, the prices are, it's $10, $15 a head, plus the food's great. So Skipper's Smokehouse. And if you're out there interested in learning more about concierge medicine, I should go to AskDrTommy.com or come in and you can talk to us. Also, look up Bill, MedFirst Partners. He is a great resource in Atlas MD. And we're here for you. If you'd like to come in and have a free consultation, then we're always available for that. And we're doing this now we're into our 5th year now, or 4 years completed.
4 years
This is starting our 5th year, and we're very happy to do it. We're happy you joined us. Go to AskDrTommy.com, click on the Ask Dr. Tommy show to get the podcast, and click on Dr. Tommy Live and all the other different things. And until next time, we'll see you. Bye-bye.